Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's tips. So, yesterday we covered motivation by looking at the TV show The Office, where people are motivated by freedom, fun, power, and belonging. And we looked at the characters of The Office. If you have not had a chance to look at that yet, please go back and check it out. I've heard some wonderful comments about that. So, today I want to continue with motivation part two, or as my kids like to say, part deux, when we've seen some movies that they like to say that for part two. Well, there's a book called The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. And it's a great book, and I highly encourage you to read it. And it's helpful for any relationship and how to understand people, whatever kind of relationship you have. Well, companies and corporations have invested in my services to talk about motivation. And I think there's a parallel between the love languages and motivation. Now, if I talk about love languages in the workplace, that's going to be frowned upon. But if I change it to motivation, well, then people want to hear about it. So I want to talk about 5 ways to motivate people based on Gary Chapman's book, The Five Love Languages. And the first one I'd like to talk about is gifts. So if you have an employee or you're a salesperson, you're selling someone something, and you have clients or you have students or you have children or parents or loved ones, some people are motivated by gifts. Give them a token of appreciation of how much you care. That doesn't mean you have to, take out your credit card and spend lots of money on Amazon or at whatever store that you shop at. That just means a token of appreciation. I've walked into people's offices before and there's little trinkets all over their desk. My hunches are motivated by gifts. So if I want to let them know I'm appreciative of them, I'll buy them one of those little tokens, those little gadgets or something to put on their desk. It's gifts. It's gifts. A token of appreciation. That's gifts. The next one we have is verbal affirmation or words of praise. Some people like to be told what a great job they're doing. And, the old adage, praise in public, rebuke in private. Some people love to be told about all the great things that they've done in front of other people. Some people don't. For example, I was talking to a business owner of a company, and he was saying how much he was so excited that he was able to reward his assistant with what a great job she had done. And he called her up on stage at their annual meeting and said, "What a great job, and thank you so much for all that you do." And about an hour later, she stormed into the office and said, "Do not ever call me up on stage to tell anybody what a great job I'm doing. If it's important to you, put it in a note and just let me have it." You see, I don't want to explain to a bunch of people why I was called up on stage and they were not. You see, words of praise or verbal affirmation. The next one is quality time. Quality time. If you like me, hang out with me. So, hey, in work, we're going to go hit some golf balls. Do you want to go? Or, hey, we're going to a ball game. When we go back to going to ball games, would you like to come with us? Or, hey, we're going to lunch. Would you like to join us? And let me jump back for the acts of let me just jump back on the gifts. And it's just, hey, I can't make it to lunch. Can I bring something back for you? Right? Bring something back for you. It's a gift and it's quality time. I was thinking about you. I know you can't join us. Can I bring something back for you? That would just be quality time. Hanging out with. If you want to motivate your children, they're motivated by quality time. Hang out with them. Watch a movie with them. Play a game with them. That doesn't mean you can be on your phone while you're doing this. You're actually engaged in the conversation. You're talking with them, or you're just even being there with them. Quality time, right? Quality time, sharing quality time. And then you've got acts of service. Now, acts of service is something I'm not good at in home. It's doing something for someone. Acts of service in work is, hey, I am going to lunch. Can I bring something back to you? Or, hey, I noticed you were having this difficulty with this project. Can I do something to assist you with this? Acts of service. It's doing something for someone, right? It's doing something for someone, whatever you can do for them. Hey, I noticed this is what's going on. I did this, right? It's funny. I was working for this company and I was working with a team every week, and we were talking about DISC, and we'll talk about that another time. And I was saying what what a nice person the boss was. And the people in the room, the boss wasn't there at the time, said, no way, he's really hard. He's really difficult. He doesn't really even get us. And so I'm like, no, let me tell you a story. So there was one time that I was in my office and I was opening up a box of materials, and I used my key to open the box, just to open it up, right? And this boss, who doesn't really care about anybody according to his team, noticed that I had difficulty opening the box. And then the next day, I saw him. He ordered me a knife. I guess he Amazoned it or something. Ordered me a knife, a pocket knife. So then I could open up boxes with the knife. But some of you know the way I was born, and for me to open up a knife with one hand makes it a little difficult. It looks like I'm going to stab myself. And he noticed I did that. So the next time I saw him, which was like a week or two later, he had ordered me a switchblade. So I could push a button and out came the blade. So I kept that in my office just in case anybody was unruly. But the point is that he noticed enough to see what I needed and then did what I needed, which what he thought, which was, let me order the guy a knife. That's an act of service. What can I do to assist you in your work, in your family life, in your home life, whatever that is, acts of service. And then the last one is physical touch or kinesthetic contact. Now, outside of the workplace, that could be someone will say, can I just have a hug? Or they'll grab your hand. Or at a networking event, sometimes, you shake their hand and they don't let go. Or they want to grab you, they want to hug you, right? There's some people that are huggers. There's some people that are not huggers. In the workplace, this can get you in a lot of trouble. Kinesthetic contact, physical touch can get you in a lot of trouble. So when I talk with companies, I say it's probably best not to engage in physical contact in the workplace. Outside of the workplace, if it's appropriate, shaking someone's hand, giving them a hug, if it's appropriate. Let me reemphasize, if it's appropriate. So there's 5 kinds, right? There's gifts, tokens of appreciation. Pay attention when you go into someone's office. If they have all these little trinkets or they talk about all these little gifts they received, you want to motivate someone, give them a little gift. Sometimes people like thank you notes. It's like a gift because when they're in a bad mood, they take out the thank you note and they read it and they feel better about themselves. It's a gift from me to you. It's a gift, right? We've got verbal affirmation, words of praise. If someone likes to be affirmed verbally, then let them know that. Say, hey, you did a great job. Thank you so much. If someone doesn't, then don't use it because it's going to make it more difficult for you, right? Next one is quality time. If you want to motivate me at home, spend time with me, visit with me, sit with your children, play a video game with your children, even if you're not good. I'm not good. But I'll play 2K with my children because they like it. Maybe they like laughing at me when I'm playing, but nevertheless, it's hanging out. It's quality time. Some of the best conversations I've ever had with my boys was playing video games. It's spending time. It's quality time in the workplace. Hey, why don't you join me for lunch? Let's hang out. Hey, would you like to come to my home over the weekend? Whatever. Quality time. Share time with one another. Then you've got acts of service. Hey, I'm going to lunch. Can I bring something back for you? Hey, I'm going to Starbucks or our favorite coffee shop. Can I bring something? Hey, I notice you have to get this project done. Is there any way I can offer any assistance to this? Right? It's doing something. In the home, it's doing a project. It's doing something to meet people where they need to be. Right? And then the last one, remember to talk about kinesthetic contact or physical touch. In the workplace, that's really tough to do. We're not really going to focus on that. But in the home, or people that you love and care about, kinesthetic contact, a hug, holding someone's hand, a pat on the back, whatever that is, people can go a long way just based on that. So once again, we have a preference over one over the other. We tend to give what we are. So if you want like a tell, if you're playing poker with these folks, if they're giving you gifts, there's a good chance they want gifts in return. So try to figure out what they're doing for you. That's probably what they want to have done to them. If you don't know, you can ask. You can go, hey, family, at the dinner table tonight, this guy Darren's been doing these Facebook Lives every day. And today he talked about the 5 love languages, but he substituted the word motivation. And so if you were to pick one, which one might that be? And I tell you, in my family, we have all of them. It's all covered. And I don't do the best. I try really hard. Sometimes I need to try harder. And I try to give them where they're at. Right? And so if you can know what your loved ones are, they'll do more for you. They'll want to be around you more. They'll feel appreciated and they'll feel valued. I think one of the previous ones I said, people want to feel like they matter and people want to feel like they belong. That's my master's degree in 2 sentences. If you provide opportunities where they feel like they matter and they belong, they'll do anything. How do I feel like I matter? If you reward me in the way I want to be rewarded, which is quality time. So one thing I have to watch out on these Facebook Lives is I don't go too long, because I could go a lot longer than 15 minutes tops. I think one went 17. Apologize for that. My quality time coming out, right? And so try to figure out what other people are and just ask, hey, these are the 5 ways. Which one is it for you? And make a note of it. And then start doing things for that person the way they want to receive that, not what you want to give. All right? That's today's tip. We talked about effective motivation, looking at the 5 love languages, which is a great book by Chapman. I think it was written in 95 or something like that. So feel free to check that out. Please, if you like this, please share it. Once again, I'm hearing teachers sharing it with their students and parents sharing it with their children, and I love that. This is great. This is wonderful. So tomorrow at same time, 9 a.m. Pacific time and noon Eastern time. And once again, for my friends in Europe and in Asia, you'll have to figure out what time that is. Apologize for that. And we'll do another tip. Share this if you'd like. Make comments if you'd like. You want to tell me what your love language is or your motivation language is, that would be great. I wish you, once again, this is perfect for selling. If you want to talk with a prospect and you want to motivate them, find out what one it is, or existing clients. This is great for parents. This is great if you supervise people. This is great in everything. You want to reconnect with a lost family member, what have you. It doesn't really matter. This cuts across everything. So I wish you good selling, good networking, great relationships, great times ahead. Have yourselves a great day. Thanks so much. Bye for now.